Howdy, it's Sam Ekstrom, Luke Inman, back for another one. We're talking Vikings targets, interior offensive line. Vikings need one, maybe two guards, we think, unless they have a master plan to elevate Drew Samia and make Dakota Dozier their starting guards, or maybe they think Pat Elflein's going to come back and be a star this year. Might need a couple guards to step in. Where do you find them? This is not a deep guard class, nothing like last year. Heck, Luke, there might not even be a guard or interior lineman taken in the first round. If there is, it might be Michigan's Cesar Ruiz, probably a true center, maybe can transition to guard.
Yeah, no doubt. I think Ruiz is the big wild card, right? Because he's 20 years old. He's the youngest offensive lineman prospect of the entire class. You could see him slip out of the first round completely because, like you said, there's not that one Quentin Nelson blue chip can't miss guy in this class. But also, you could see the Philadelphia Eagles at 21 trying to move on from Jason Kels like they did last year with Andre Dillard, drafting another offensive lineman early on. So he's a big wild card. I'm looking at day 2 and day 3 if you're really targeting an interior offensive line. And don't forget, we talked about offensive tackles. You could always move one of those guys like an Austin Jackson, whoever it may be, inside, or Riley Reif, whoever it may be. I'm looking at day 2. Tyler Biadasz, this guy coming into 2019 was highly regarded as the best interior offensive lineman in the class. Didn't live up to the hype this year, so you're getting him at a bargain. I like where he's projected to go, maybe late round 2, somewhere round 3. Comes from that Wisconsin pedigree. He's been outstanding. Natan Mutai, without the injuries, that guy would probably be leapfrogging Ruiz as the day one guy. He may be the best of the bunch, but like a lot of prospects, like Trey Adams, we talked about, he's got a lot of injuries to overcome.
44 bench reps at the combine.
Crazy.
You've got a lot of safe picks here. Look at the schools: Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio State, offensive line factories, and then the wild card, Fresno State, Natan Mutai. Vikings have often tried to land a guard on day 3. It hasn't always worked for them, but if they take that route again, you've said you like some of these options here at the bottom of the screen.
I really do. Nick Harris is undersized, but if you're just looking for a schematic fit for Gary Kubiak's zone scheme, he may be the best athletic center in the entire draft. He's going to have to put on some weight like Garrett Bradbury did. You're going to have then, quote, 2 centers. One of them's going to have to move over, but we saw that with Pat Elflein. This is one of my favorite day 3 sleepers for the Vikings specifically because how athletic he is. I saw Ben Bredesen down at Michigan at the Senior Bowl, I should say. Not that one quality that sticks out, strength, athleticism, but he was just putting people on the ground every time I looked over there. So he had a really good Senior Bowl. Logan Sternberg, he may have the best, I want to say, nasty streak of the bunch. Maybe more of a power scheme guy, not so much athletic. But, sometimes, Sam, we put too much stock into Gary Kubiak's zone scheme. They all need to be the athletic monsters. They still run plenty of power run plays for Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison. Stenberg, he's certainly a guy to circle. And then Shane Lemieux from Oregon, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up going day 2, maybe round 3. There's some good, safe options, like you mentioned, that I feel good about if they pass on day 1.
Certainly more higher profile needs the Vikings have in this draft: wide receiver, cornerback, defensive line. It's not sexy to talk about, but offensive line, interior offensive line, a question mark for next year's Vikings team. We'll see how it shakes out at the draft next week. He's Luke, I'm Sam. More Vikings targets videos. Just scroll down the screen.